Hi there everyone, it is the evening of the 6th of October 2011, and out here in the Western Pacific today we actually are continuing to watch several areas of convection. Earlier on today I did put out an update talking about this area of low pressure moving away from Honshu. Well, behind that, a lot of high pressure coming in, much fairer weather, a little bit of an upper level low spinning off and going to be bringing some light rain showers to Hokkaido, but overall much of Japan seeing fair weather today, and then it's going to carry off into the weekend, so looking like a good weekend out here. Also, we're continuing to watch Invest 90 whiskey, that is, bringing some rain showers across the Philippines, but overall, actually, in the last 24 hours, have been seeing heavy rain showers across the Western Pacific. Actually, in Hanai, just with these little areas of convection popping off across the region, just associated with the positive vorticity out there, seeing 306 millimeters of rainfall, and not to mention the rainfall that was been seeing in the last 24 hours over Honshu. Actually, in parts of the Kanto Plains, specifically Choshi, I actually see 115 millimeters of rainfall in the past 24 hours. So a very active day as far as rainfall, but haven't really seen any strong winds or severe thunderstorms out there. But actually, let's talk a little bit more about this high pressure coming in out of China. But this high is going to actually be bringing us some much fairer weather across the region. If you look at a lot of these areas here in eastern China, see these little clear circles with basically blank in the middle? Well, that means clear skies out there, temperatures in the low 20s to high teens out there, and that's actually going to start to extend all the way here towards Honshu, as noted earlier. Are seeing some rain showers up there in Hokkaido associated with that upper level low, but overall much of Japan seeing much fairer weather out there. But I do want to note, see this little tight gradient here, all these lines kind of compact together associated with this high pressure interacting with the low out here towards the east. Well, that's actually going to bring some gusty winds out there, especially to the Ryukyu Islands of this high. But actually, if you look at these winds here, seeing about 20 knots right here just north of Okinawa, 18 knots out here in the East China Sea, about 12 knots on Okinawa itself. But overall, I'm just trying to put across here that you are seeing some pretty gusty winds out there, sustained at about small craft strength, which would be about 18 knots or above. So definitely, if you plan on doing some boating out here in the next day, you're going to see some rough chop out there, but it shouldn't really be too much of an impact on anybody's daily activity. But moving south away from the Ryukyu Islands, we are continuing to watch Invest 90 whiskey moving across the Philippines today. Now, as of right now, though, it is really getting disorganized. Some vertical wind shear, but also the land interaction here with the Philippines really starting to disrupt it. But overall, it is expected to move off towards the west-northwest, with the background flow as shown here, just moving along the southern periphery of that high pressure that's ridging in from the north. So likely it is going to move across Luzon here and head out towards the South China Sea. Well, if we look at the model guidance, particularly with one model, NOGAT, it shows that the system could potentially develop here and move across the Luzon. Now, this is actually today, just showing these rain showers move through the region, actually tomorrow at this time. And then, as it moves across Luzon by the weekend, you start to see it redevelop here in the South China Sea due to some improved conditions out there. Now, at this time, NOGAT's really not picking up on a significantly strong system, but there still is the potential there for a possible tropical depression as this moves off towards Hanai. And with that, more rain showers, and as we all know, China has been seeing a lot of flooding out there, abundant amount of flooding. Over several hundred houses alone in Hanai have been submerged due to the flooding in the recent weeks. But also Vietnam in the long range here could see some more rain showers from this as well. And also, I do want to note in the long range, look at this by Wednesday and the Thursday of next week out here. You have this little blow up of convection just north of Palau. Now, possibility of development with this as well, but I do want to mention the farther you go out with models, especially a week out as shown here, it really doesn't look like it's going to pan out exactly as shown. But what I really want you to take from this is that typhoon season is definitely still in effect here, and these systems can develop up at any time just along this monsoonal trough. So just definitely something to keep our eyes continued on in the days to come. But that is all for right now, everybody. Thanks again for watching here at westernpacificweather.com. I do want to note, if you're at the website, or actually if you're at YouTube, please go to the website, and on the right side of the screen, just put up a new poll there. Just want to get some people's thoughts on how many systems you think are going to be left in the remainder of this typhoon season. So please go ahead and feel free to do that. I really do like to get the feedback. But that is all, and thanks again, everybody. Have a great day.